Okay, so Rolling Stones put out their top 200 best hip hop albums of all time. Um, don't know why people put so much stock into Rolling Stone. Really, when it comes to like rock and roll, alternative things like that, all right, give them their props. But hip hop, it's just I don't know. But anyways, we're not going to go through the entire 200. Of course, that's just way too many. So let's just look at the top 30. All right. So number 30, Beastie Boys, Paul's Boutique. I'm going to ask you, have you heard the album?
No.
No, of course not. Okay. All right. Number 29, Tupac, All Eyes on Me.
Yeah. Yes. I've
No,
heard that
do you
album.
think this should be higher than 29?
I it depends on what's on the rest of the list.
Mob Deep, The Infamous, number 28. Number 27, Outcast, Aquemini. Number 26, Reasonable Doubt. Number 28, Eminem, The Marshall Mathers LP. It beat out the infamous Mob. Okay, all right. It beat out Reasonable Doubt. Okay, Nas, Illmatic. All right. Number 23, UGK, Riding Dirty. Beat out Illmatic. All right. DMX, number 22, is Dark and Hell is Hot. All right, starting to make sense to me. Don't like this one. Lil Wayne, The Drought 3, number 21.
I've never even heard of that album.
All right. Number, this is what I'm talking about. Number 20, Future, Dirty Sprite 2, DS2. Number 19, Lil Kim, Hardcore. Beat out Reasonable Doubt. Makes no sense. Mad Villain by MF Doom. Kanye West, Yeezus, number 17. Cardi B, Invasion of Privacy, number 16. Beat out Illmatic. Okay. Eric B and Rakim, Paid in Full, of course, number 15. Ghostface Killer, Supreme Clientele, number 14. Number 13, Dr. Dre, 2001. Sounds about right. The Clips, Lord Willing, number 12. The Clips, Lord Willing, beat 2000. All right, sure. Okay. Drake, Take Care, number 11. Lauryn Hill, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, number 10. Now we get into that coveted top 10 out of 200. Okay, A Tribe Called Quest, The Low End Theory, sounds about right. Wu-Tang Clan, Enter the 36 Chambers, number 8. Okay. No, this is where you lost me. Number 7, Missy Elliott. Missy, So Addictive. This is the one with the what's that fucking song that she had on there?
That wasn't her first album. With I
No,
Can't
no,
Stand the
this is
Rain.
the one with Get Your Freak On.
Oh, okay.
This shit
Okay.
beat out Lauryn Hill's out. Come on. Number 6, what the Kanye West. Oh, My Dark Twisted Fantasy. Okay.
He's got money. He's got money.
Number 5, Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly. Number 4, Public Enemy, It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. Number 3, Jay-Z, The Blueprint. Number 2, Outkast, Stank Anya. I mean, they got an incredible body of work. I mean, you can't deny that. And number 1, drum roll, please. I actually can't believe this. I might have to take back some of the shit that I was saying about them. The Notorious Big, Ready to Die, 1994.
Yeah, that's just for
30.
that's the culture. That's for the culture.
Yeah, probably.
I
30.
think Kendrick is way too high as well.
You think so?
Yeah, Kendrick's way too high.
So, I mean, obviously, we just talked about 30 albums just off the top of your head. If you had to shift anyone to a higher slot on that list, so closer to number 1, who would that be?
Closer to number 1. Oh, that one's harder. That one's harder for me. But like, if you just bumping up in slots, like Mob Deep, I would move up. I would move them up definitely. Off the top of my head, that I was thinking, Illmatic would have to move up. Even when you started at 30, like 30, 29, 28, those songs to me, I don't remember exactly what they were, what order they were, but when I heard them, I was trying to compare them to the rest, and I think they should all have been higher up. But I don't know what their criteria is for judging. That's the thing. This thing is so subjective.
Who should be taken out of the top 30? Only
There
one
was
person.
no albums there that I was, well, MF Doom, I don't really.
Cardi B, Invasion of Privacy.
See, that's the thing. I don't know. That's the thing. Okay, so when I heard Cardi B, that's what I said. Okay, you know what, maybe it should be removed, because that's when I started questioning what their criteria is for to be on this thing. Is it based on cultural impact? Is it based on sales?
It's got to be all
is,
of it.
is it based on, because if cultural impact and sales, and I mean, look at Cardi B now, and the album that caused that was that album. So I mean, and her influence on people across the world, females across the world, the whole stripper scene has been changed literally because of Cardi B. You know what I mean? So, and it started from that album. So, I mean, if you factor all of that in, then yeah. But if we're talking about content, which is what I think the album should be based on, what is on there, the subject matter and how deep it gets, and their bars and their flow and all of that that goes into actually making a song, I wouldn't have it that high. I'd probably have it lower on the list. There's 200, man. She's definitely on the list.
Should we, in our culture, our urban culture, when it comes to hip hop, should we give two shits about a Rolling Stones list?
No, that's what I said. This is all subjective. This is all somebody.
Yeah, but you make it
sat
sound
in a
like we
room with a
shouldn't
bunch
care
of other people.
when you say
This is a
that.
debate. This is a debate. It will always be a debate what the greatest albums of all time are. So it's a great topic of conversation, just like how everybody still wants to talk about whether LeBron or MJ is the greatest, or who's the greatest soccer player. Is it Ronaldo or is it Messi? People want to talk about these things because it's going to be a topic of conversation. So we could talk about it. But when it comes from one source, you can look at that source and you can say, okay, thank you for giving me the list. I wouldn't have been able to come up with all these albums by myself. Now I can go through and make my own ideas and my own adjustments. You know what I mean? It's like when Friday and We Love Hip Hop dropped their list and people go ballistic over the top female rappers list that he drops, and they're like, oh, how you gonna disrespect me, dog? I've been doing this thing for a minute. And that's the females talking to him, I've been doing this thing for a minute, dog. How you gonna talk to me like that, B?
But this is the
disrespectful.
thing.
Disrespectful.
I know, but this is the thing.
Because I'm a female.
But a lot of people.
It's just because he doesn't like your music. It's because he doesn't like your music. He doesn't feel like you're doing the thing.
I know, but look, a lot of people will say, hey, I don't give a shit about what Friday thinks about my music. The only reason why they wheel themselves up like that is because it's the platform. The platform has a certain prestige to it when it comes to Canadian hip hop. That's the only reason why they don't care if Friday personally likes their music.
But Friday is part of the platform. So that's why. He's the first one to tell you, man. You just have to watch and follow him on social media, and he talks about the reactions that he gets when he puts out these lists. I've spoken to him about the reactions that he gets when he puts out these lists. It's hilarious. To me, I find it comical. That people take it so to heart. I've never been on any of Friday's lists. I make music. Should I be offended?
I know, but I just think that if Fridays didn't have the following he had, nobody would care. Which again,
that's a lie. I have two number one songs on their top 6 still, but that's a different story.
Anyways, which is again why people talk about the Rolling Stones list, because of their platform.
Objective.
Nobody gives a shit about Rolling Stones. It's just the platform. But viewing public, what say you? Leave it in the comment. What would you put where, and how would you rearrange this list? Deuces.